All right. Well, hey everybody. It is Friday, so we're doing the Friday RV Small Talk podcast live, and we might get an extra person. There's an extra person.
Hey,
That's PJ. In case you've never met before.
I'm the extra person.
Yeah.
I don't mind being an extra person.
So here you are. I'm Clint. Welcome to the live stream for Friday, February 10th, 2023. Whatever.
That makes it sound so official.
Doesn't it though? I don't know if I like sounding official.
Yeah.
So I digress. It's been a little bit difficulty getting Lindsay here with us for these anythings this week.
For anything's the past weeks. Yes. Because she is our F&I manager, which is not what she normally does
No,
for us.
she's-
But that's what we needed. And so she said, I can do it.
She's filling Ed's shoes. And Ed, bring those shoes back.
Yes. He'll be back next week. So I'll be glad to have Lindsay back because we'll be getting ready for the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we load in on Tuesday.
Everybody knows what day Tuesday is. It happens to be February 14th.
Valentine's Day, we are moving 80 trailers to the convention
So if you know somebody who works in the RV industry on Valentine's Day, just know that they are not spending that day with their sweetheart. Not happening.
center. Well, not in this area. Not in the Austin area, that's for sure.
So, whatever. That aside, how is everybody doing? Where are you at right now? Are you camping this weekend or are you going to a show? Because as we've been experiencing, it's show season.
It's showtime,
There's stuff
as we
going on
say
in
around here.
Houston's doing their show this week. Austin's doing their show the following week. I don't know if San Antonio area even has one. I have no idea.
Yeah. San Antonio does, and it is the first weekend in January. So
they've
it's
done it.
long gone.
I
Houston has a
hate-
show right now
Yeah.
going on, and we have a lot show in Houston. But yeah, our official Austin show is not until the next
Yeah.
weekend.
We used to have a show that was like the first weekend of January, and I hated the time frame of it, but I
Yeah.
sure wouldn't mind having a show behind me instead of in front of me.
Well, that was the boat and RV show. We used to join the boats
Ooh.
for a show. And then it was kind of a great practice run because we didn't take as many. We kind of
Yeah,
get stuff
yeah.
out there, and then we joined the big RV show. But yeah, not anymore. It's just too much. More
It
than we
is.
can do.
We're taking 80-ish units.
Yeah, I don't know quite where we landed.
80-ish units, and I think that we have 10-ish drivers.
It's not a hard math problem.
this might be the most runs I've ever driven. Anyways,
It's all right.
so I've kicked around a few ideas, and I never landed on a real good one as a topic for this week. So if you're in the comments and you want to talk about anything, ask PJ a question, ask me a question, whatever, go ahead and pop it in there. Some of the things I kicked around were tell us about the things in your kit that you really like using in your camping kit, travel kit. It could be your Blackstone grill.
Well,
It could
speaking of kits,
Uh-huh.
here's two things I thought about because I don't want to interrupt, but when you're talking about gear that you like,
Uh-huh.
we just got in the new Lippert clamshell type screen room.
So
They
it's a hub
just-
style pop-up.
Yeah, they just set it up like an hour ago. And so the whole thing was they wanted to time how long it took them because that's a big question we get from everybody. Oh, I just had so much trouble. So
And is it one person? Is it easy? One
Yeah.
person can do it, and how long?
first time, one person did it in 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Took them 10 minutes.
But that's the first time.
First time.
If- I
That's
mean,
what I said. You could do it
Yeah.
faster if it was
Repetition.
less.
I mean, the first time you set up an A-liner, just because you're like, oh, I don't know about this, it may take you 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But most people, once they have one, can do it in 30 seconds.
And I
So-
don't know what the price is on it, but I know it's super reasonable. So if you're interested in a clamshell, I know there is a clam company named Clam.
So I forget what the company's actual name is, but that the clam is
that's what
such
they
it's
go
like
by.
it's like whoever makes Kleenex. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Procter
Yeah.
Gamble or what, but you know Kleenex. So
But
everyone
they
knows
actually
the
have a
clam
brand
filters.
name that has clam in it.
Exactly. It's a branded
But-
item. Uh-huh.
But at any point, those are very cool. So I really love this here. I know a lot of you aren't nearby, so you can't come see it, but you can always give us a call. We can drop ship, check the pricing on it. You know, it is half the cost of the official clam tails
Yeah,
that people
yeah.
have bought. So
I like anything that's a
Yeah.
hub style pop up. They're so
I know.
sturdy and rigid, and man, they can be good shelters and all that. Let's see what Taylor has to say.
Well, Taylor's got enough gear that if he likes it, that's important.
Well, he if they don't use it, it goes away. So,
It has
so
to when you live in a walk-in closet.
Yeah, so here we go. Oh, I have one. We've had a BioLite camp stove for 5 years now, and it's the only piece of camping gear that has stuck with us from primitive tent camping to full-time RV boondocking. That sounds like a vote of confidence.
I don't know. Hey, Clint, I don't know what a BioLite camp stove is. Is BioLite just a brand?
Well, let me pull up something
So
and
show me
share
what
the
that
screen.
is,
Let me
because
show
I don't know.
BioLite camp stove.
Let's see what that is. Because I have no idea.
All right, here we go. And oh yeah, these things are great.
Oh,
Let
wow.
me get let me put this on the screen, everybody. Let's see if I can do that. I have to remember how to do this. It's been a while since I've done a good share screen. There we go.
Well, that wasn't hard.
Okay, there it is. There's the newer ones have a USB charger and everything. This is nuts.
Electricity generating wood camp stove.
Oh,
Whoa.
whoa. So it's wood. Yes, it is.
I never knew there was such a thing.
Okay, hold on. They have all kinds of sizes. Okay, yeah, I think that.
So tell us what you like about it, Taylor, and which style do you have? So, because I don't know anything about these.
There we go. I pushed the right button eventually. Okay. So, really cool.
So you light your cook stove to charge your
No,
phone.
it's a stove. It just happens to have an extra function of putting power into a power bank. So that's just a power bank on the side.
Yeah, well, do you charge your phone while you're cooking, or do you like take it off, charge it later?
The answer is
I
yes.
I
to
don't
both.
know.
You can do both.
Really?
Yeah,
You
it's
can
just-
cook and then plug your phone into the side of
Yep.
your stove and put it out there.
So Taylor,
Okay.
who has one and knows better than me, yeah, they produce their own electricity. We still use it regularly to charge our phones. We have the smaller camp stove too.
Wow. Camp stove too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that is cool.
So cool.
That may
Anybody
need to
else?
make our Christmas list next year. Because
I'm down for it. Taylor has good ideas for our Christmas list. So,
all right, Taylor, you're on the Christmas list group.
let's see. Anything else that any of our viewers? We got only, it's a small group today. We got 10 people on watching us right now. So whoever you are, wherever you are, chime in. Help us know what else. Another idea that crossed my mind while I was thinking of, what are we going to talk about is what were some pivotal moments in you developing into the RVer or camper that you are? If you're out there, and a lot of us don't have RVing in our family or background, but maybe you did, or maybe as a grandparent or an uncle, or maybe it's what your family did. I don't know. Maybe there was a pivotal moment that said, I need to get into that, or I need to take that back up.
Well, I don't know. When I talk to people, so many people say, like you,
Uh-huh.
I want to be that guy, whatever that is. It might be I want to be a hiker, and I don't know quite how to do it, or never been that guy, but I'd like to be that guy.
Right. How do I start?
Yeah, so you get an RV and you get out there in the campgrounds and you try to be that guy to whatever degree. I think camping is kind of that way.
Yeah.
If you don't have a history of it, um, then you may not even think of it. But if you do think of it and you say, hey, that'd be cool, then I think the pivotal moment is when you finally just give yourself permission to try something. And an RV is an easy way to step off. Some people just grab backpacking gear and get out there.
Okay, here we go. So we got Nikki says ours was COVID, and we had to take Brielle to Boston for her doctor's appointments and couldn't fly, so we bought her first 5-wide tag in 2020 and moved up from there. Absolutely right. So that's
So
a
it was
very
utility.
definite
It was
catalyst.
utility that caused that.
Uh-huh.
So
And now you're living the life and the dream. Started RVing over 17 years ago because we wanted to take our dogs with us wherever we went.
hey,
That makes perfect
you
sense.
know, and if you guys know Patty and Patrick, you'll know their dogs are the center of their life. It is obviously the center of all of their online postings. Travels with Delaney, because Delaney was their first dog. So yeah, you guys are so much like a lot of the RV community that we see. And that's, when people come in and we say, well, how many people do you need to sleep? They're like, there's 2 of us and 2 really big dogs.
Or 2 small dogs with big personalities.
Yeah. Or 2 medium-sized dogs that sleep like this.
Or an iguana.
know?
It might be an iguana.
No, it's not an iguana. We've seen a lot of creatures in campers that travel, but I've never seen an iguana.
You haven't seen
you?
a lizard?
In a camper?
I don't know that I have.
We've seen some
We've seen
great traveling
birds.
cats, some big birds,
Yep.
all kinds of things. But yeah, you want to take your animals with you.
I think that's the thing with a lot of people is there's any type of travel you can travel on your own terms, but even more so with an RV. Like, I can fly places, I can drive places, I can take a train places if I don't ever want to get there. But
It's cheap.
Yeah.
Cheaper sometimes.
As long as you don't think time is money. But I think the ability to do it even more so, that the nth degree of your own terms. You own your space. You travel at your own pace. You set up in the campgrounds that you want to try out, in the settings you want to try out. Maybe you do like beach camping. Obviously, from conversations we've had, that is not for everybody.
Well, and I think there are people that have specific places they like to go, specific things they like to do, but very often I think people that are traveling in an RV, they have a purpose. I was really surprised at the RVIA stats that we saw last year, and I can't quote them specifically, but I can tell you that about 1/3 of the people had an RV for a specific purpose, like going skiing or like getting from here to grandma's house.
Right.
Or, it was a specific use
I think that
of that that camper.
I think it's surprising at first blush, but I think that as I think about it longer, as I think, it starts to make more sense.
Right.
Because of that utility factor, because I also kind of need something a little more to say, this is how I'm going to do it. I get it on the dogs. If you have pets, I get it. If you're going to be going to a place on the regular to see a parent or sibling or something like that on the regular, it starts to make more sense. That might be
absolutely.
that little something.
Easy way to travel from here to there, particularly if you have dogs. It kind of all starts rolling together.
Let's see what Pat and Pat say. All right. Dustin and Leslie from YouTube's Wayward Wags travel with a lizard named Scout. Not sure exactly what type of lizard he is, but he's pretty big and gets a whole cabinet and their fifth wheel as his habitat. That's cool.
Okay, I'm going to have
That's
to
cool.
check that out. Wayward Wags
That's cool.
travel. A lizard named Scout. Well, it's a perfect name for a lizard, but wow. Maybe like what do they call those big lizards that people have?
Iguanas?
Is it an iguana?
Oh, there's
Is
lots
it
of iguanas. Chameleon?
Okay, I don't know.
Chameleon.
No, there's a dragon.
Yeah, a bearded dragon. That's probably the
Bearded
one.
dragon.
That's probably the one. Yeah, those things are cool.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I wonder. I'm sure there's people that travel with a snake, travel with a this,
Sure,
travel with
sure.
a that.
I know people
don't
who
know.
travel
I'd
with
love to
mice and
see
they
it.
don't even want to.
Yeah, they don't even plan on that.
Squirrels sometimes. Bearded dragon.
Bearded dragon, yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking when
Those
you
things
said
are
it was
so
bigger.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe it's.
And I have heard they can be kind of like attached to you. So, I don't know.
I don't know.
We tend to think of lizards as being a little cold-blooded.
Yeah.
Kind of not so friendly.
How much of a change do you think it's been?
Pun. You didn't say a thing.
No, I was thinking, and I can't hear what I'm thinking. I wonder how much of a change, if we could just watch the graphs change and all that, would be cool. But how much of a change the COVID years did on when we say they buy it for a specific use, how much of the area of work camping developed? Like the traveling nurses and people who did things, professions along those lines. I wonder to what degree that segment developed. It seems like it would be a lot because, man, we were running across people all the time. It was like, yeah, I'm not a stationary nurse.
That does happen all the time.
And I think it developed like a lot over the past 2 years, that there are certain segments like nursing that kind of ballooned a little bit.
Well, I think that probably hit from both sides. There weren't enough people to fill those positions. So a lot of rural places would be inviting people in or offering a lot of bonuses
Right.
to do that. And then there are people that, maybe everybody kind of had this epiphany of, I want to not work so hard and enjoy my life. So that offers travel and relocation and extra pay. And if you don't like it, you're leaving in 6 weeks.
Yep.
So
You could just roll on out of there.
a lot of pluses with that mobile work.
I think that
so
a lot of people
I'm
had
sure.
a little tinge of that. It's the end of the world as we knew it, and I want to feel fine.
Yes. And you know what? If you mix in the idea that we all know that internet is easier, there is more satellite options, more access, people are more comfortable with that.
So Creature Feature's kind of caught up a little bit.
All of that is more accessible. We're used to paying for it now. It was like, I'm not paying $69 a month for internet on the road.
So-
And now it's much more normalized.
So we've been conditioned as well.
Absolutely we have. So all of that rolling together, people deciding that people don't have to be in the office, work from home became normalized. You put all of these things together, and people wanting to hang out with their dogs. I mean, why wouldn't you look at a different lifestyle? So all of that together is in there. But
All right. This is going to be a hard question for you, PJ, because you love what you do with Princess Craft. Like, I've only seen you tired of it like twice, and that was at the end of shows.
it's a long few days.
So if there were a different path for PJ and she were pursuing some other career, what career would get you going? Maybe an RV, maybe a trailer or motorized, doesn't matter. An RV, and pursue that. What do you think you'd be chasing? You can chime in the comments too. If that's not you, but you're like, yeah, I would chase it. And Taylor, I know you can chime in and tell us what you're doing, but that's what you're doing.
I think if I had a different career path, I definitely would try that. But I would
you be a traveling musician?
I would if I was good enough.
I've seen a lot of musicians who aren't good enough, and they make a career out of it.
Well, that's not me now, is it? I don't know. Yeah, I would love that. I did a little of that, very young, and it's a good thing I wasn't extraordinarily talented, because
Because you'd be living in a van down by the river.
I would have made bad decisions. just putting it out there. But I can tell you that I would love to do, some business consulting, sales training, things like that.
You would like that, wouldn't you?
And I could have an RV and I could travel and do a little here, a little there. I mean, I don't know. We could do things like that.
Do you want to? I think we could pull this off.
I don't know. I got my hands full.
You do.
I tell you what, guys, what do you think? He can run the business and set up the show.
Ooh.
I'll just go tell people what to do, and they
wouldn't last the year under my oversight. Can you imagine?
It's fun. It's fun. We have fun doing it, but we're planning a camping trip.
Are you?
We talked last night, and Richard said, "Where are you going to go?" Wouldn't that be fun? Business consulting on the road. I just saw this pop up. Yeah. Sorry.
Obviously, she could do this.
It would be so fun. Mostly because I'm just really good at telling people what to do. I mean, I'm not as good at doing it, but I'm really good at telling you how to do it, right?
And you know what? You see this in sports, but you see this in very successful companies and all that. The coach or the leader of the company may not be the most sophisticated at the super necessary tasks around the building and the organization, but they have vision, and they can bring a team together, and they can cast vision, and they can make people enthusiastic about their roles and all that. So that makes perfect sense what you just said. Maybe you aren't the best at all the tasks around here, but you may be your task of the vision and the leadership piece. Well, no one else here feels that, Mm-hmm. That's the way it works, right? Tell me I'm right once. I just need to hear it once today.
Yeah, somebody out there helping out. Well, but we are going camping in March, and so we talked about, let's just go someplace nearby. And then we decided we wanted to do something we hadn't done before. So we're looking around trying to find a place we haven't been or haven't been in a very long time. Something fun. There you go.
Right. They also say, I bet a lot of small family-owned RV dealerships who are struggling to compete with the dealerships, the big dealerships, of course, could use your help in giving them guidance. Yeah, I bet they'd eat that up.
Yeah, well, thank you. That's quite a compliment. I would be glad to help anyone, and I wouldn't even have to travel there, and it would be free, because that's what you do in this business.
Mm-hmm.
So
where are you going?
I don't know. We talked about the dinosaur park.
Oh, near Kleberg?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And then we talked about, we did talk about taking our grandkids to the Capitol. So camping.
Can you camp at the Capitol?
No, but we could maybe camp at like McKinney Falls or something like that nearby.
That's the first place I ever camped.
Yeah.
Bar none, the first place I ever camped.
I didn't camp there until last year for the first time ever. Ever. I love McKinney Falls. It is like between Austin and the airport, so planes fly over all night, and it's this weird piece of land.
It is, but it has good hikes. The features change significantly depending on the time of year and the weather.
Yeah.
So it can be a different camping trip every time.
Yeah. You guys got some trips planned? We always ask you, and I haven't heard of a lot of trips this year.
Yeah, so my trip to Sam Houston National Forest didn't work out last month because rainstorm and all that. So rainstorm was down southeast. I decided pretty much 2 nights before, I was like, it's going to be too rainy. I'm going northwest. So I ended up at Garner State Park. It wasn't really northwest, it's just west. So we had a dry camping trip, and it was beautiful and fantastic, and we still went. We just pivoted real fast. But we're going to rectify the situation, go to Sam Houston National Forest. We're actually going to camp at Huntsville State Park right next to it on March 4th.
Well, there you go. We'll both be camping in March.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I bet you guys are camping too, right? Are you guys camping up north in March or February? So hopefully you have something planned, because it's time to start getting it organized, getting it planned, and getting out there and having fun, regardless of why you do it.
Yeah.
Take your dogs, plan for your events, travel, go see that loved one that you haven't seen, or
Yeah.
check on them after a long winter. I mean, it's time for travel. It's time.
Patrick and Patty, you set up and did. Oh, hold on, let me answer or see this. We are camping next weekend in Mount Eden, Ohio, over near Sugar Creek. Nice.
Ooh.
I have a question for you because you two set up at. Nice. Coming. Oh. Let me catch up. We're coming to Austin for 3 weeks for therapy in March. Swing on by. Stop
All
on
right.
in.
Come
Staying
see
in the camper.
us.
Yeah. Yep.
And you're staying in the camper? Awesome.
So
It's the best way to do it.
Patrick and Patty, you set up at a show a couple weeks ago and did interviews and podcasting and all that. Because you were at one of the earlier shows, what should we expect from this show season? Is it going to be a good crowd? Is it going to be overwhelming? Did you see sales being made? Conversations being struck up? Let us know.
Well, they probably had a good crowd just because they're so fun to talk to.
But it was, I mean, they also had a good vantage point to see the whole
Okay.
show.
So
They
you're
were
asking about
at a show.
the whole show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, who knows how ours will be. We will tell you next week because we'll be in the middle of it. Hey, these guys asked for tech talks. Are we going to try to get some techs talking to us on our Friday noon live next week?
I will try to, from an equipment standpoint, make that possible. You will try to have a tech there because you're their boss.
Okay. So you're passing the baton back to me.
No, because you can't do it without my tech end. We're sharing the burden.
Okay.
That's
So
how it works.
we will invite our YouTube friends because they come in from all over the world. And we will have a tech question and answer again next week because we'll be working from the show. So that will be super fun.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys be sure to come back then.
All right, here we go.
So the show was busy.
And Barton Lake was selling trailers. So they were set up in the Barton Lake space.
Oh, cool. Cool.
So they did some podcasting, some interviews and all that. So.
Oh, very fun. I'll have to take a look at that. I'm sorry I haven't yet. It's been a little busy.
Yep.
So.
All right. We'll be off-grid camping full-time again once I fix all the broken water lines and filters from the loop shower. The freeze got you. I bet you've already cooked up a solution to make sure that isn't as likely to happen again too.
Right.
So.
I had I've had 2 people, maybe 3 in the past few days call me saying they're coming back from skiing and had a great time, but they had a little freeze damage because they didn't handle everything right. So maybe that would be a good topic to talk about.
Even if your camper...
But maybe in November.
Yeah.
Not in February or March.
Even
right?
if you've got a 4-season camper, it takes a little bit of doing to learn the way to make it actually work as a 4-season camper sometimes.
That's right. I mean, that doesn't mean that you get to just do everything you always did.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of camping. You have to adjust, you have to think about things, and you have to manage your environment to some degree. Ashley, so good to hear from you, sweetie. So, Ashley, you love Showtime.
That's why they call it Showtime.
I know it is Showtime. So, yeah, you can join us live, or you know what? If you just get bored and you want to come on down and join us at the show, we'll put you on this side of the camera and you can chat with everyone about what it's like in your world.
Yeah.
So, Ashley is an expert in the parts side of this business.
Oh, come on down, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I never have anything to talk about. I just have to talk to.
Yeah. It's kind of... So, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I cannot wait for the show. I cannot wait to just have a gazillion people to talk to over and over and over and over and over. So that's what we'll be doing next week.
Okay. Well, that brings us to our 30-minute mark.
And we talked about a whole lot of nothing, but I sure enjoy
Sure,
it.
pass the time.
I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys and chatting with you. You know, sometimes we have a handful of friends and sometimes we have a lot more, but thanks so much for joining us. Next week, 12:30, tech questions. So bring every tech question you can ever think of because we're going to rapid fire answer as many as we possibly can.
And I don't know if we'll have Cody or Daniel or
I don't know who
Matt.
But
I
we'll
don't
have
know-
someone.
But like she said, have your list ready. Play Stump the Chump.
Oh, that'd be great.
So cool.
That'd be great.
All right, everybody. Hopefully, we will have fun next week from the show if I can get the tech working and the technology pieces. She'll get the tech working. That's because she's the tech boss.
It's my job.
And we will. Yep, we'll see you. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
You guys enjoy camping. Bye bye.